Hello, welcome to the Kilberg Show. Tonight we have a very special guest, a man that I've known probably my whole life. He's come up with the catchphrase, "This is Sharks territory," and the Cardinal rules. He's owned one of the smallest ad agencies, but the best. Please welcome our guest, Bob Kilberg.
Pleasure to be here, Brett. Thank you very much.
So, Bob, before advertising, you got into acting and an on-camera voice talent.
Yes.
What was that like?
I started out in the business right when I got out of college. I had an agent when I was in college, actually, in San Francisco named Ann Brebner. Started doing voice work, and I was the original voice of the Macintosh computer when it came out a long, long time ago. A cassette of my voice would go out into the world and tell people how to use the programs. So I was a voice talent and on-camera talent. I did about 300 commercials, and I realized, because I was really cocky at the time, that I probably know a lot more than the people on the other side of the glass. And so I started writing.
So, okay, you started writing, and so you left acting.
Yes.
And then
Sort of left acting. I was still acting, and I got a big break with a guy over at Channel 2 named Norm Gilbert. Norm Gilbert was a director over there. He liked some of the spec commercials that I had written and had me write some spots for Amco, MCO, and Piccadilly Clothiers. Wrote those spots, and they won some awards, and before I knew it, I was working for a big ad agency.
Okay, ad agency. So
Yes.
you left acting, kind of.
Yes.
But now you're in advertising.
Correct.
And
Started my own shop. What ended up happening was I was hired by a guy named Frank Darien to come on as a copywriter, and within, I'd say months of being a copywriter, I was the creative director. Within months of being the creative director, I was partner. We were Darien and Kilberg in San Francisco for years, and then I started my own shop, Bob Kilberg and Associates, down in San Carlos, California.
so you had your own little boutique down there. Can you name some of your big clients?
Biggest client is the San Jose Sharks, who are currently on strike, as you all well know.
that's
So
terrific.
we're having mac and cheese tonight. Stanford football, which is going to the Rose Bowl, is one of my clients. The SAP Open Tennis Tournament and the Del Grand Dealer Group. Don't just be a car buyer, be a happy car buyer.
Nice. Okay, so once you started after that, has there been like some bucket list things that you want to do?
Absolutely. One of the bucket list things I'd like to do is cut a record album. So in my old age, I've turned into a senior citizen Michael Bublé and started singing in the studio. And I'm about to wrap that album up over the next couple months.
Great, I can't wait to hear that. Okay, so cutting an album, you got the San Jose Sharks. Is there anything else, like that you've gotten into that, people don't want to know about?
Well, actually, I've been writing screenplays on the side too. So I have 3 screenplays in the
For
works.
theater, advertising?
For films.
For films.
So I'm going to write those screenplays, finish them up, and get them down to an agent friend of mine in Los Angeles and see what happens. Who knows? Maybe one of them will get purchased.
Yeah, maybe I can, help you out and
That's right.
get a little plug in.
You might be a cartoon character in one of them.
Yes. Well, Bob, it's been lovely having you on the show.
And it's been lovely being here.
I am very happy that you're here, and I'm gonna, they tell me to lengthen it out, so I'm gonna lengthen this out.
Anything you want to know.
What type of jeans do you like?
Actually, my favorite right now are Banana Republic.
Okay, they fit the good waistline.
Good waistline, and I have a skosh more room.
Right. Okay. Let's get back to the Sharks. The Sharks are on strike.
Yes.
What's your
Any
take on that?
insider information? I
mean,
have
do
none. You all know as much as I do about what's going on with the NHL strike. I know one thing: we had to do all of their work prior to the season starting. So we've got a lot of work in the can. The season could start in, 2 weeks. Maybe by December 15th, the season will start.
But you couldn't use any of your players in your commercials.
That was the
because
difficult part. We couldn't use any of the Sharks players because it violates the collective bargaining agreement. So we had to come up with a campaign that completely was out of the box with no players.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for you, Bob. Everyone, check out Bob Kilberg at bobkilberg.com. Thank you.
Thank you.